This will be very short, but this is something I wanted to say to everyone that's listening. And the thing I want to talk about is that you don't owe your parents a damn thing. And why am I saying that? I'm not saying that disrespectfully to any parents who are out there. I'm not saying to be disrespectful to your parents, but you have to remember something, that you never asked to be in this world. Your parents, they chose to bring you into this world. And the only thing that you owe them is the respect of the fact that they chose to bring you into this world. They gave you life. That's it. But these parents, and specifically these baby boomers who walk around with this mentality, thinking that their children owe them something, and they made horrible choices in their lives. They didn't take care of their health. They didn't take care of their finances. They chose to have children with horrible men or horrible women. And now they're in their 60s and 70s, and now they want to leech off of their kids, even though their kids don't have a lot of money, and they're trying to stabilize their lives and get their lives in order. This sort of thing is a problem. It's an issue. And it's something that has become very intolerable for a lot of folks who are Gen Xers, and particularly a lot of millennials. And I remember there was a student that I had years ago. And this student, he had problems with his mother. His mom used to sit up and force him to help pay the bills and get a job. And he was a minor. He was like 15, 16 years old. And his mom wanted him to do all these things and also take care of his little brother. And I remember when I met his mother, and when I met his mom, and when him and his mother spoke, the dynamic didn't seem like that of a mother and a son, but more like a husband and a wife. So basically, this mom had turned her son into her man, is what she did. And I remember one day, him and I were talking, got to know him pretty well. And I asked him the question. I said to him, why don't you like your mother? Because he was always over at his cousin's house. His cousin, I think, was maybe about 25, 26, and he stayed with his cousin. And he explained to me, he said to me that because his mother, is always trying to get him to watch his younger siblings, and he wants to go out and do his own thing, and he wants to talk to girls, and he wants to go to parties, and he wants to do this and do that. So basically, he's complaining of the fact that his mom is not allowing him to be a kid, which is what he was, a kid. And we got to talking. I said to him, I hear you. I know exactly how you feel, where you're going through. And I told him, I said to him that, remember something. None of us can control what families we were born into, but we can control how we navigate our lives. And you can either allow your mother's dysfunction to cripple you and to control you, where you fall into the same trap that she fell into, or you can go a different route and do better. And that means that you have to leave the city, leave the state, hell, leave the country in order for you to make these changes and go about that route and do that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you doing that, and don't feel guilty about it. Because, see, when you have a parent who's getting up and demanding that their children take care of them, even if they're in a point in their lives where they're very capable of taking care of themselves, it's quite natural for that child to feel some guilt behind it. But I'm telling you, people out there who are listening, don't feel guilty about any of this. Don't feel guilty about it, because you are not obligated to take care of your parents. They live their lives. It's time for you to live yours. All right? That's just the way things are. And I remember this particular student, he actually emailed me about a year or two ago, and now he's living in Indonesia. And he told me, he said that he actually remembers the advice I gave him when he was a teenager about not staying in a place that's causing you all this discomfort. Sometimes you need to take the show on the road. You need to go move somewhere else in order for you to get your life in order. All right? Sometimes you need to do that. And this is exactly what he did. So there is no shame. I'm telling the young people this. There is no shame in you sitting up and you leaving the nest and you leaving the city, leaving the state, leaving the country in order for you to stabilize yourself so you can live a happy, prosperous life and you don't let the follies of your parents destroy you and have you all fucked up. Because it's not your responsibility to take care of your parents. You help people because you want to help them, not because you're obligated to help them. And these individuals, and I see this very prominently within that baby boomer generation fail, they have a habit of after they didn't spend their lives destroying themselves, now they want to destroy their kids. And I'm telling you, don't allow them to destroy you. Don't let them do it. Don't let them do it. Don't feel obligated. Don't feel like you're obligated to take care of them. You first get yourself in order so you have the choice to be able to take care of them without it burdening you. Okay? All right. Those are my thoughts. This is Roz Rants. Go ahead and like, subscribe to the channel, and I will talk to you later. Easy.